Okay, peepers. I haven't done a whole lot. Get you caught up to speed here. I tightened the carburetor down. Like I said, I was going to set it on last night. I got that set on. I've literally been running the fuel pump for hours. I'm going to have to put a new electric fuel pump in this thing. It is just barely trickling out any fuel. But I've had a situation with this pickup and it keeps getting water in the gas tank. And the last time I worked on it, I pulled it all apart. Replaced the gasket in where the sending unit goes and everything, redid that all. Thought I had it, and dang bugger's full of water again. So I'm going to cheat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a water separator filter on this thing for diesel. And I'm just going to keep draining water out of it because I've had it. I'm not tearing it apart no more. I'm going to blow that all out where it leaks there and stuff, and I don't know what I'm going to do. Silicone it up or what, or I just don't know what to do. Like I said, I got a new gasket in there and this thing's still getting water in it, so I'm gonna just silicone up a bunch of spots on it, I think, and call it good. But so that brings you up to speed where we're at here now. I just looked, I just was like, what the heck, and I got no wiper blades on here, so I got the wiper motor unplugged. So, a little preventive, I guess, but my wiring harness was completely shot in my pickup. I got this cab, it's an 81. I put this on here before I started doing videos. This pickup's been a work in progress. Like I said, I just got the fuel pump hooked up. Been pumping it out. I pumped out about 3 gallons of gas out of this thing. It was just horrid. And I got good clean gas now. So let's see if we can get this thing to start. And we'll see what she does. It's been sitting, I don't know, 2 years. A little unorthodox, but I got stuff sitting right now. There you go, peepers. Oh. Camera died. Took the crash course. Power cord, I guess. I don't know. Where are we left it? Come on, screen. Come back on. Like I said, this has been sitting. I haven't done nothing. I haven't put a screwdriver to it. Haven't anything. I laid all my gauges out here when I switched the cab. I'm gonna put different gauges in. I don't know if you can see that or read it. Water temp is hooked up. Got 60 pounds of oil pressure. I'm kind of surprised this gauge had been sticking. Maybe I will put these gauges back in. I don't know what I'll do. They got pretty fugly laying out here in the weather. They said they've been under the hood here, but yeah, cheap set of gauges. There you go, folks. This has been a good running engine. Let's see. I'll kind of do a plug here for some of you Mopar guys. I had this 83 with a 360. I got a hold of this 92 360 roller cam engine. Didn't Google, didn't internet, nothing. I pulled the intakes off. I set the intake on there. Looked like everything matched up. The angles, whatnot else. Can't remember if I put some grease. I think I might have put some grease under to check the angles. I can't remember. Put it all together. This thing runs flawlessly. You seen how it started? In fact, like I said, the previous pickup, the wiring is all burnt up on it. So I actually had a points distributor in it for a while. Now when I put this new cap on, I went back to the electronic distributor. Nothing special, just factory distributor, factory brain box. I happen to have it. If I have any troubles with this, I guarantee you I'm going to get rid of that factory brain box, because I've had more than one brain box on this pickup. But I can't totally say it was the brain box's fault when this thing was wiring or so. I mean, it was just fried, heat soaked. It was just trash, the wiring harness in this thing. And yeah. Low and power steering fluid. I'll be right back. did change the power steering sector in this thing when I redid it. Power steering sensor in this thing always leaked, and I dumped some stuff in it that worked real good, and it was down to where it stayed damp. But I think you can get it to run much better than that. I mean, I'll do a little more fine tuning on it. Let's see if we can get. Oh yeah, that's coming up to water temp. This thing holds good oil pressure. It's still, this is 58, 59 pounds. Water temp's coming up a little bit. About 170 right now for water temp, so anyways, now you can probably hear me a little better. Anyways, this came out of a 92 3/4 ton Dodge. I went to drill the crankshaft because the crankshaft bushing don't fit. You cannot touch the crankshaft in this thing. I've drilled other 360 cranks, had no problem. And I know it's probably going to catch a big bunch of grief, but I don't care. These got harder crankshafts in them for some reason. I found another crankshaft in a 85, 86 block that wasn't roller cam or TBI, it was just a carbureted engine, but it had the same number as this crankshaft. Yes, I had the oil pan off here. I can't remember if I put a pump in it or what I did, but I had the oil pan off. Was put a gasket in or what, but this thing's got a windage tray in it. I believe from the factory. As far as I know, nobody said any difference, and I don't know why a 3/4 ton would have a windage tray, but my power steering decided to runneth over, and I didn't even fill it full, but it's, I suppose, got some air trapped in the system. I'll leave the cap off here a little bit and just let hopefully the air bubbles come out. But anyways, it's a 360 roller cam. We got an Edelbrock Performer intake on it. I got the, like I said, electronic distributor back in when I put this new cab on. Back to the crankshaft. So we had to make a bushing to fit in the crank, and I think later on I learned somebody said that some of the pilot, the bearing type bearings would maybe fit in there. I can't say that for sure. But what we did is, if you're familiar with engines at all, we took a small block Chevy. It's got the cone balls on it for the rock arms. We took 2 of them and a bolt, and we bolted the bushing onto that bolt, and then we chucked it up in a turning lay and turned the outside of the bushing down so we get it to fit in the crankshaft. That's how you got to fit in here, because this came out of an automatic, and manual crankshafts take a bigger hole in the crank for the pilot bushing, and Chrysler decided, no, let's leave the last 1/16 of an inch in there so you can't get the bushing in. So that's how this one's adapted over to fit in there. If anybody's gonna decide to put one in, that's what you're gonna run into. I don't know if this got a block off plate or what. It's just, I've always put electric fuel pump on here when I put this engine in, because it didn't have a fuel pump on it. I never tried putting a fuel pump on it. Don't know if you can or not to have it. Like I said, I just haven't tried it. This pickup is a, like I said, an 83 1 ton. It's my project. I'm gonna show you a few things. This way, I They sold this pickup one time, nobody wanted to buy it. It's got a Dana 60 front in it. And if you look, someone decided to respring this thing. That's some lines I got running right there. I know I got to tie them up, blah, blah, blah. I got to get hangers for them. It's the rest of this project I'm working on. I don't see that that's leaking at all. I don't know how well. Yeah, zoom is fine. This is a two-wheel drive steering box, believe it or not. It's off that half ton. I can't remember if I changed pitman arms or what I had all done, but it's been a while. I had to make this steering shaft on here. It still slips, but yeah, that's all made, that steering shaft, because that was all slopped out, wore out, instead of rebuilding the original one. Now, here's where we get into stuff. Like I said, they respring this thing, and it is ridiculous. I mean, the amount of weight you can put on this thing. Yeah, I got single wheels on it. It is, like I said, it is a 1-ton dually. But as you can see, I got all this on there. It don't phase it one bit. Like I said, we just pushed this in yesterday. Getting everything cleaned up, gone through. Like I said, it's been quite a work in progress here. I always run the spiral wrapped wires on all my vehicles. These happen to be Taylor. I run Moroso. I've run MSD. I did everything. This does have the well, it was a starter that came with this engine. Actually, this is the mini starter, the small starter. And man, you guys, get into these 90 starters and put them on your old Chryslers, because they start good. You can see how this one starts. I'll be doing more on this project.